Welcome back to Athletic Avengers, your go-to spot for the hottest NBA takes. Today, we're diving into the blockbuster trade that's shaking up the league. Kevin Durant is headed to the Houston Rockets from the Phoenix Suns. This is massive, so let's break it down. Talk analytics, KD's legacy, the Rockets' future, and what's next for both teams. Buckle up and let's get into it. Here's the deal, straight from ESPN and The Athletic. The Houston Rockets are acquiring 15-time All-Star and 2-time NBA Finals MVP Kevin Durant. In return, the Phoenix Suns get Jalen Green, Dillon Brooks, the number 10 pick in the 2025 NBA Draft, and 5 second-round picks. The trade can't be finalized until July 6th when the new league year begins, but this is a game changer. Let's break this trade down. For the Rockets, they're getting a bona fide superstar in Kevin Durant. At 36 years old, turning 37 in September, KD is still an elite scorer, averaging 26.6 points, 6.0 rebounds, and 4.2 assists this season on 52.7% field goal shooting and 43% from three. This man is a walking bucket. Analytics back this up. KD led the NBA in points per direct isolation among players with 200-plus isolations, and he's the league's best on jumpers 49.7% and off the dribble shots 50.9%. Houston ranked 27th in points per isolation and 24th in effective field goal percentage on jumpers, so Durant instantly fixes their half-court offense, which was exposed in their playoff loss to the Warriors. The Rockets finished as the number 2 seed in the West with a 52-30 record, but their lack of a go-to scorer in crunch time hurt them. KD's three-level scoring and clutch ability, paired with Houston's elite defense under Ime Udoka, makes them a legit title contender. Vegas agrees. Houston's odds to win the 2026 NBA title jumped from 18-1 to plus 850, second only to OKC. Now let's talk about what Houston gave up. Jalen Green, a 23-year-old scoring guard, averaged 21 points but struggled with consistency 42.3% FG, 35.4% 3PT. Dillon Brooks, a 3-and-D wing, shot a career-best 39.7% from three and brings that gritty, in-your-face defense, but his 19 technical fouls this season show he can be a loose cannon. The number 10 pick and 5 second-rounders give Phoenix some draft capital, but Houston kept their core. Alperen Sengun, Amen Thompson, Jabari Smith Jr., Torrey Eason, Reed Shepard, and Cam Whitmore. That's huge. They didn't get their future for KD, which makes this a steal for the Rockets. For the Suns, this trade signals a pivot after a disappointing 36-46 season where they missed the playoffs. They're building around Devin Booker, but adding Jalen Green creates a crowded backcourt with Book and Bradley Beal. Chemistry could be an issue, especially since Green and Booker play similar roles. Dillon Brooks fits the toughness vibe. New GM Brian Gregory and owner Matt Ishbia want, but his contract $41.1 million over 2 years isn't cheap. The number 10 pick, originally Phoenix's, gives them a shot at a prospect like Duke's Kaman Malowach, and those 5 second-rounders add flexibility. Still, they didn't recoup the haul they gave up for KD in 2023 Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, 4 first-rounders. This feels like a reset, not a rebuild. Now let's talk KD's legacy. At 37, is this his last chance to win a third ring? The man's a future Hall of Famer, a 4-time scoring champ, and a 2-time Finals MVP. He's played for 5 teams now: OKC, Golden State, Brooklyn, Phoenix, and Houston. His time in Phoenix was rough, no chemistry with Booker and Beal, injuries, and 3 coaches in 2 years. But in Houston, he's reuniting with Ime Udoka, who coached him in Brooklyn, and with USA Basketball. That familiarity, plus a young, hungry roster, could be the perfect fit. If KD stays healthy, and that's a big if. Given he's missed 62 games over the last 3 seasons, he could lead Houston to a deep playoff run. Here's the big picture for the Rockets' future. Adding KD makes them a win-now team, but they've kept their young core and key picks like Phoenix's 2027 and 2029 first-rounders. This balance lets them compete for a title in 2026 while still building for the long term. With Sengun's playmaking, Thompson's athleticism, and KD's scoring, Houston could be a problem in the West, especially if they address depth issues in free agency. But the clock's ticking. KD's on an expiring $54.7 million deal, and he's eligible for a 2-year, $122 million extension. That's a lot for a 37-year-old, and Houston's got to weigh that against extensions for their young guys like Jabari Smith Jr. and Torrey Eason. What's next? For Houston, it's about integrating KD into Udoka's system and making another move to bolster the bench. They're hard-capped at the second apron, so they might need to get creative, maybe declining Fred VanVleet's option and re-signing him cheaper. For Phoenix, they've got to figure out this guard-heavy roster and use their draft picks to add size and defense. Could they flip Brooks or Green for a big man? Maybe target someone like Nikola Jovic or Kelly Ware like they discussed with Miami? The Suns are in a tough spot, but they've got assets to work with. My take? This trade is a home run for the Rockets. They got a top 10 player without sacrificing their future, and KD's fit with their defense and youth is perfect. For the Suns, it's a step back, but they're betting on Green's upside and draft picks to rebuild around Booker. The West just got wilder, and I can't wait to see KD in Houston. What do you think, Avengers? Is this KD's last shot? KD's legacy, it's on the line big time. At 37, this could be his last shot at a third ring. He's a 4-time scoring champ, 2-time finals MVP, and 8th on the NBA's all-time scoring list with over 30,000 points. But his Phoenix stint was a disaster. Injuries, no chemistry with Booker and Beal, and 3 coaches in 2 years. Add that to his exits from OKC, Golden State, and Brooklyn, and another flameout in Houston could dent his rep as a winner. KD's got to deliver in H-Town, or the narrative's going to turn on him. If KD leads Houston deep, he cements his legend. If not, the ring chaser label might stick. So can KD save his legacy with a Rockets title? Can the Suns rebuild fast? Hit the comments, smash that like button, and subscribe for more NBA heat.